Welcome back, everyone. We continue to follow breaking news this hour in Davis County. You can see this big tanker now coming through with that retardant just pouring on this widespread, fast-moving fire. It's being dubbed the Francis Fire. It's burning in the foothills just east of Highway 89 in Fruit Heights.
Now, this Francis Fire has grown to 200 acres now. Several roads have been evacuated and houses have been evacuated. Some of the trails in the area, including the Bear, the Ward, and the Adams trails, have all been closed. We've got live team coverage of this wildfire. Fox 13's Brek Bolton is in the Weather Center to tell us about the winds.
Fox 13's Erin Cox is live on scene with residents, but we begin with Fox 13's John Franchi, who is on scene again of what is being called the Francis Fire. John, this fire broke out at 3 o'clock. Initially, we were told it was 50 acres. Within the hour, we were told it was 100 acres. And now our partners at the Salt Lake Tribune are reporting the Francis Fire is 200+ acres.
That's right. And when we arrived out here just after 3 o'clock this afternoon, the wind was pretty fierce, and it's so dry and it's so windy, this fire really kind of took on a life of its own. You mentioned those air tankers a few moments ago. We can tell you that is an MD-87 tanker that holds 3,000 gallons of fire retardant. That tanker is actually refilling at Hill Air Force Base, not too far away from here. So far, we've seen it make 2 drops this afternoon. So that means so far 6,000 gallons of fire retardant have been dropped on this fire. Now, fire officials tell us that so far this afternoon, the flames have been moving north up the mountainside, away from the homes and those structures, and that is good news. But they also tell us that they expect this to change around midnight tonight. They're somewhat fearful that the fire or the winds could take a turn and then bring this fire back down the mountainside. So they are fighting this aggressively, but right now, most of the flames are up past the ridge, up near the top of the mountainside there. We can't even see too many flames from our vantage point here on the west side of Highway 89. We can see a helicopter now making another drop. But if we can move our camera now a little bit off to the right, we can see some black smoke and some flames actually taking off up there on the top of the ridge there. But so far, we've seen 2 large airplane tanker drops with about 6,000 total gallons of fire retardant as firefighters continue to fight this aggressively as this has come really dangerously close to some homes and structures, forcing those evacuations. Guys?
All right, Fox 13's John Franchi. As you were saying, the MD-87 tanker drops 3,000 gallons of fire retardant being recharged, I guess you can say, up at Hill Air Force Base.
It's got to help.
Yeah, there are other air assets that have been ordered as well. The helicopters are still working, and we've got 5 ground crews that have been ordered as well.
Including some hotshot crews, 17 engines right now on scene. If you at home are wondering, as we all are, what started this fire, what happened, we still do not know. We also have been told that a fire investigator is there on scene trying to figure that out. That is definitely a question that's on all of our minds right now as we watch this fire continue to grow. Fox 13's Erin Cox is live on scene. She's been talking with residents who are very much so on edge and nervous this afternoon as they see the hills above their homes on fire, Erin.
Yeah, that's right, Kelly. And take into account that these residents have watched this 3 times now this summer. So it's been a nerve-wracking summer for all of them here. Look behind me here. You can see this is where the road is closed off. We are on Mountain Road near Jost Road. That's the intersection we're at. It's just below the Davis County Animal Shelter Services, and it is closed off to everyone except for local traffic. Also, take a look up at the hillside right now at what we can see here of the firefighting efforts from the air. So you can see the smoke has now gone into this black-brown color. You can see that helicopter just hovering over it as it goes by. You can see where that helicopter is going, that gray smoke there. That has actually lessened since we've been here, and I believe that's because there was a fire retardant air tanker that came by and dropped fire retardant a line just behind these houses here to stop and stop the progress of the fire here. So they've been making great efforts. I'm told that the water that they are taking these helicopters are taking the water from is from the Weber water basin. It's called, yeah, the Weber Water Basin. You can see there's 2 helicopters coming in and out with that water here, and every once in a while we've seen flames coming down and up on that crest over there, and so they are still fighting it, but it's looking pretty good. Again, the residents here are nervous, but they're confident in our firefighters and in the efforts they're making. Back to you, Kelly and Bob.
Yeah, Erin, it is good that the water source is so close to this fire, happens to be so close to the fire. It's also good that the smoke that we are seeing is a light-colored smoke, which indicates that they are getting water on that fire and it's being effective. But of course, the winds are a big concern.
We've been so nervous about the winds, but as of right now, this moment, Brek, it seems like the wind shift has really helped firefighters, moving that fire away from residential areas.
Yeah, it's got an easterly component in that it's moving easterly up the hill, so that's a good situation. But winds will continue to be a factor in trying to battle this blaze. That's the biggest enemy right now with these firefighters, and they're going to be getting a little relief, but it's going to take some time, probably not until tomorrow morning, where we really will find those winds subsiding, dying off. But currently, across the state, particularly northern western Utah, we're finding sustained winds anywhere between, on the low end, 20 miles per hour, but even stronger towards southwestern Utah, closer towards 40 miles per hour. Yes, these are strong winds, but let's focus in exactly in that area. Current weather conditions. We've got temperatures in the low 80s. Winds out of the southwest. Again, coming in out of the southwest, moving into a northeasterly direction. Winds have died off just a little bit here over the past 15 or 20 minutes or so, but doesn't mean we're done yet. We're definitely not out of the woods. Look at the humidity, very low right now. So the combination of this persistent breeze with wind gusts closer towards 30 miles per hour, that will continue to be a factor and an influence on these flames here as we progress throughout the evening. Now, no current big weather conditions as far as no isolated thunderstorms rolling through that region. We are seeing a little bit of activity, though, as we move towards Spanish Fork Canyon, keeping our eye on that. Not seeing a lot of rain, but lightning strikes for sure as we look in that region there. Cold front on the way. That's why we have these strong winds. As that cold front moves through, it will bring a possibility of some thunderstorms and change the wind direction. What will that do to the firefighting efforts? We're going to let you know coming up in just a bit.
All right, Brek, thank you.